Okay everyone, so today we're going to do quadratic functions in standard and factored form. We already did vertex form, right? Vertex form looks like something like this, and it has P and Q, which are your vertex. So let's consider this function and graph it. Pause the video, try it yourself since we did that in the previous lesson. So your vertex form is going to be, in this case, your P and Q, right? You're trying to find your vertex. So your P is here, your Q is here. Since your P is x minus 1, your vertex is -1 and -8. Okay. Your equation of symmetry is just your P, so you'll write x is equal to -1, and your y value at your minimum, in this case, because we have plus over here, it's going to go up, right? It'll be like this. So you'll have a minimum point over here, which will be your Q value. Y is equal to -8. Your x-intercept, we'll have to find that out. Your y-intercept will be when x is equal to 0. So let's find that out. 2, 0 plus 1 whole square minus 8. 2 times 1 minus 8. 2 minus 8 is -6. So your y-intercept will be 0, -6. Let's find out our x-intercept. That's when your y is equal to 0. So your x-intercept will be at 0 is equal to 2x plus 1 whole square minus 8 plus 8 on both sides gives us 8 is equal to 2x plus 1 whole square. Divide 2 on both sides, that gives me 4 is equal to x plus 1 whole square. Square root both sides, you get plus minus 2. Don't forget to have the minus sign. -1 both sides, 2 minus 1 is 1, and -2 minus 1 is -3. So our points are going to be 1, 0 and -3, 0. Your domain, let's try graphing it and then figure out our domain. Most of the cases it's going to be x such that x is xer, but let's check before we make any assumptions. -1, -8 is going to be here. 0, -6 is here. 1, 0 is here, and then we have -3, 0. So let's graph that. Oops. And then this one, since our line of symmetry is over here, this point is just going to be the same value across. So that just gives us a little bit more, and we can plot it like that. So that's our graph. And as predicted, xer, and y is going to be greater than equal to -8 because we're going up from -8. So y such that y is greater than equal to -8, yer. Awesome. Okay, so this is our vertex form. This is our standard form. Let's jump into our lesson today. So they're asking us to convert from vertex form to standard form. So now when we do this, we need to remember that standard form is just a expanded version of our vertex form. So we're just going to expand and distribute as much as we can. So x plus 1 squared can be written as x plus 1 times x plus 1 minus 8. So we distribute that. X times x is x squared, x times 1 is x times 1 is x, and 1 times 1 is x. Multiply the whole thing by 2, but let's add the like terms first. So we have 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 8. Now let's distribute this. We get 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 minus 8. 2 minus 8 are like terms. We get 2x squared plus 4x plus minus 6, because -8 plus 2 is -6. Now if you look at that, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. That's our form that we got our equation into, which is our standard form. A very quick note, you guys, when you have x plus 1 whole square, that's not equal to x squared plus 1. Don't make this mistake. It's a big math crime. So don't do that, okay? Now if you look at that, that we did this, right? Just know, like we solved this equation on top, right? Our y-intercept was -6, which is equal to our c value, right? So when we compare that, the shortcut to figure out your y value in a standard form is that your y-intercept is the c value of standard form. Okay, so just remember this, because that will make your life easier and quicker for you to do this. Okay, so let's look at our standard form and compare our a and c values. So we know our c value in the parabola is our vertical transformation, and a value is your vertical stretch. A is less than 0. That means there is a vertical reflection, right? Whenever we have a negative a, that means our graph is flipped. We have a vertical reflection. Just remember that, okay? So let's do this question. And now we have our quadratic functions in our factored form. So we did these type of questions in lesson 1, or like a review, in which we were trying to make our quadratic functions into factored forms. Remember, product, sum, factor, that's what we are doing. So our product in this case is -4, right? And our sum is -3. Our factors would be -4 and 1. So we can write x minus 4 and x plus 1 as our f of x, or y, right? Same thing over here, f of x, our factors. Take a moment, try doing this on your own. Product is -8, sum is 2, factors will be 4 and -2. So we'll have x plus 4 times x minus 2. Okay, so let's try this. Now to figure out our graph, let's put this in our graphing calculator. So we have graphing calculator right here. Y equal to is bracket starts. You can either put your standard form or your vertex form in this, doesn't really matter. It should give you the same answer. Enter, that's our graph. This is what it looks like. To figure out our vertex, we do second trace maximum or minimum. In this case, because our a is positive, we'll have a minimum. So we click on 3. This is our left bound. This is our right bound, and oops, there you go. And my guess is that it'll be here, right? So that's my minimum value. So we're somewhere at 1.67 and 6.67. So it'll be over here somewhere. Our points, our x-intercepts are going to be, our x value is going to be x is equal to 4 and -1. So over here and over here. Y-intercept, we can simply put x is equal to 0 in our equation over here. When we do that, we have y is equal to -4 times 1, right? Which is just -4, so it'll be 0, -4, and that's over here. So that's how we figure this out. And then we just connect the dots. Oops. Okay, so that's our graph, and the vertex we found were 1.67, -6.67 was it? Let me just check. No, it was -6.2. Let's check again. Second trace 3. That's my left bound. That's my right bound. That's my guess. Oh, yeah, I accidentally clicked the trace button, so it's actually 1.5 and 6.25. So we'll just change that, 1.5 and negative 6.5. And our y-intercept, as we figured out, is 0, 4, negative 4. And our x-intercepts were 4 and negative 1. Sorry, don't write it like this. It'll be 4, 0 and negative 1, 0. Okay, or you can write it as x is equal to 4, negative 1. Try the same thing on the right side. Pause the video. Okay, so your x will be negative 4 and 2. Your y would be put 0 over here replace it with 0, replace your x with 0. You'll have negative 8. So this is our y-intercept. And then negative 4 and 2. Your vertex, you're not sure about it yet, so we're going to put that in the graphing calculator, and your vertex should be negative 1, negative 9. So over here, and then this is what your graph will look like. Oops. Now, the reason why I slowly intersected over here is because this is our line of symmetry, and the positions will be the same for your your x values. Your x values will move same times right left, and your your y will stay the same. Okay, so that means our vertex was negative 1, negative 9, 0, negative 8. I found this out by the graphing calculator. X is equal to negative 4 and 2. Okay, so in the factored form, we have a shortcut again. The shortcut here is to find out your x-intercepts, because y is equal to 0, right? That means if I kind of zoom into what happened here, was I equated f of x, which is your y, equal to 0, equal to x minus 4 x plus 1. So either x minus 4 can be 0 or x plus 1 can be 0. So x is equal to 4 and negative 1. Okay, that's how you can figure out your x-intercept. Okay, you're basically reversing the sign, so the negative 4 becomes positive and positive 1 becomes negative 1. Okay, let's do this question. Pause the video, try this question. So a function is given to us in vertex form. I'm just going to discuss it right now if you have paused the video. So vertex form is given, easy to find the vertex, right? We have 2 and 4. Equation of symmetry is at P, which is your x, is equal to 2, because this is your P, Q. Right? P, Q, A. Minimum or max value, we have a negative a, that means we're going down. We have a max value, and it is at our q, which is 4. Okay. Expand the vertex form to obtain the standard form, so we are expanding it. That means negative 1 times x minus 2 plus 4. Distribute this, x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4, because negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, minus 1 plus 4. Like terms, we have x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 1. Let's distribute our minus 1. We get negative x squared plus 4x minus 4 plus 4. Minus 4 plus 4 is 0, so we have negative x squared plus 4x as our function. Since there is a 0 over here, what is our y-intercept? Remember, y-intercept in your standard form is your c value. Our c value over here is 0. That means our y-intercept is 0. It will be at 0, 0. Right, so we know a point for sure over here. We know our vertex is 2, 4, so this is where our vertex is. Let's find out our x-intercepts. So x-intercept is when y is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to negative x squared plus 4x. Let's factor this out. Let's factor the x that we have negative x over here. We're left with x minus 4. And that means either negative x can be 0 or x minus 4 can be 0. So add 4 on both sides. We have x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 0, right? So our points will be 0, 0, which we already have there, and 4, 0. So over here, okay. Let's sketch the graph. Okay, and the domain, it will have all the values because it keeps expanding, right? It'll keep going and going until it stops. So x such that xer, and our range is going to stop at 4, including the 4, and it's going to go down, and we have range is y. So y such that y is less than equal to 4, y-er, all the real values of y. And that's it. Easy peasy. Make sure you don't make the mistake. The only worry I would have in this lesson is if you make the mistake that x minus 2 when we open it is x squared minus 4. It's not. It's a math crime. Don't do that. Another thing is just remember your standard form, your c value will be your y-intercept, and for your factored form you'll reverse the sign and you'll get your x-intercept. These are the three main key things that we discussed, and also expand vertex form to get your standard form and factorize your your standard form to get your factored form. So these are the 5 things: how to go from vertex form to standard form, how to go from standard form to factored form. Don't make that mistake of distributing your exponent. C is your y-intercept. Your factored form, reversing the sign will give you your x-intercept.